Hey guys, so I was out here a couple days ago, filmed a video, transferred the footage from my camera to my computer. When I went to edit it today, footage is gone. Um, it's not deleted, it's not moved, it's gone. It disappeared. Did a little bit of searching online. I found a couple recovery programs. I tried them out. I managed to find the footage on the camera, but it was written over. Um, so, I mean, the file names were still there, shown as deleted, but the actual information is gone, and I couldn't find anything on my computer. So I don't know what happened, but I'm going to have to come up with a new way to transfer my footage so that I always have a backup. And on top of that, I have a pretty bad cold right now, so not feeling so hot. Um, but so I'm going to show you what would have been the video, and I think you'll still enjoy it. It's still an interesting little build. A couple weeks ago, if you watch the video, you'll remember that I built a bracket to hang something off of a tree for a friend of mine. And in order to build that, I needed to know the angle of the tree so that like the piece came down and then across, and I needed the angle of that in order to have the crossbar perpendicular to the or parallel to the ground, because I wanted it to look nice. I didn't want it to be up in the air or down or whatever. So I built this guy, and there was a bolt in the center here. I'll just use this as a pin and show you. And all I did was I took this guy and I'll show you. I put it up against the tree like this, and then I put a level on top, and I got the angle. I tightened the bolt, and then I simply took a piece of angle iron, laid it across here, another piece here, a couple C-clamps, and I tack welded it. And gave me the perfect angle. When I put the level on it on the tree, it was out by maybe half a degree, and all I did was I tightened up one of the bolts. Perfectly straight. But as you can see, I mean, this is really ragged. I slapped this together in about 10 minutes on the bandsaw. I just cut pieces off, and I sanded it. You can see there, this piece is a little bit more sanded over here than over here. And because my bandsaw is a piece of crap, I can't actually make sharp round corners. So I basically had to come in and do like angle cuts and stuff. And then when I put the two pieces together, they didn't tighten up really well. I mean, there's not a lot of flex in there. So I actually had to cut down in here, and it gave it enough that it would lock. Now, I really like this tool. It worked out exceptionally well. I just set the angle, tightened the bolt. I didn't have to measure anything. But I needed something that was prettier and more reliable. This one, it worked okay. It probably wouldn't have worked very well for very long. It would have fallen apart. So I decided to build this guy. Now, where this one interlocked like a dovetail joint, I simply made this one half and half. That way, this piece didn't need to pinch on here. All you do is you tighten the bolt, and these surfaces lock together. The process I used for this actually started off with this being one piece, and these were the two outside ends. So this end here was actually attached here, and I simply cut it in half. But what I did to start was I had this in the mill, and I had my fly cutter in there, and all I did was I went and I flattened out the surfaces to make it look a little nicer and make it square. You can see this has a sharp corner on this, whereas these ones are rarely round. But unfortunately my mill was not long enough, so I wasn't able to get everything. You can see this surface is milled, this is not, and the same thing right in here. Now I'm not worried about this because it's not actually part of the face you're going to put anything against, so I didn't bother fixing that up and making it look pretty. But what I did after milling it was I measured the height, and then I cut these both down to half their size. I believe it was something around 720 thou. And then I fit them together, and it all worked okay. But if you look real close in here, you can see that's the line from the original cut. That line went all the way across, and that means they would have only been able to do 90 degrees. So what I did was I actually came in by hand, and I think this one looks a little bit prettier than the other one, so I'll show you this. I started at this corner, and just by hand, using both the X and the Y wheel, I tapered this off at roughly 30 degrees, and then this part here is tapered off to 45, just to cut that corner. And what I end up with is an angle in here that's approximately, what did I measure it at earlier? Just under 30 degrees, so I can actually get a 30-degree angle in there. And if I need more, all I have to do is take and sand off this corner right in here, because that's where it's hitting. So that's the project. I'm sorry I didn't have any footage of actually working. So it's a pretty versatile tool, and I think it'll come in handy quite often. But that's about it. And you guys have yourselves a good day.